When my sister got pregnant by my fiancé, everyone blamed me for breaking the family apart. But none of them saw what I had planned next. You know how people say family will always have your back? Yeah, mine didn't. My name is Ava, and I was supposed to get married to the love of my life, Liam, in 3 months. We'd been together for 6 years, through college, through job struggles, through late-night arguments, and life's little disasters. He was my constant, my safe place, the one person who made everything make sense. And my younger sister, Sophie. She was my best friend, or at least that's what I thought. She was the kind of sister you confide in, the one who would sit on your bed with a pint of ice cream while you vented about your boyfriend, your boss, or life in general. We laughed together, cried together, shared secrets I swore I'd never tell anyone else. At least that's who she used to be. It started small. Liam began spending more time at my parents' house under the pretense of helping with wedding preparations. Sophie, of course, lived there too, so I didn't think much of it at first. She was bubbly, charming, and only 21, barely out of college, full of that bright, careless energy you think you can trust. Then the little things started to feel off. One night, around Getty YAM, I noticed Sophie texting someone while giggling quietly in the living room. I peeked over her shoulder and she jumped, blushing furiously. "It's no one important," she said, hiding her phone. Another time, Liam's phone buzzed while he was in the shower. I wasn't the type to snoop, but lately he'd been acting distant, distracted, secretive. I hesitated, then glanced at the screen, and froze. It was a message from Sophie. Just one line. "I miss you too." My heart slammed against my chest like it wanted to escape. My world tilted. I confronted him immediately, shaking, voice trembling. "Why is my sister texting you that she misses you?" Liam froze. That familiar warmth, that soft smile I loved so much, vanished in an instant. His eyes darted away, guilty, before he gave me that look men give when they've been caught but aren't ready to admit anything. "Ava, it's not what it looks like," he said softly. "She's been helping with the wedding and—" Maybe got too attached. "She's confused." Confused. That word burned me. When I confronted Sophie, she dissolved into tears, claiming it was all a misunderstanding, that she saw Liam as a big brother and nothing more. I wanted to believe her. I needed to believe her. So I let it go, for the sake of my sanity, for the sake of my wedding. But 2 months later, reality came crashing down in the cruelest way possible. It was a quiet Tuesday morning when my mom called me. Her voice trembled, almost breaking. "Ava!" "There's something you need to know," she said. I braced myself. "Sophie's pregnant." I froze. The room spun. My hands shook so violently I had to sit down. Then she whispered the words that shattered me completely. "It's Liam's." I hung up the phone. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stared at my engagement ring like it was mocking me, a cruel reminder of what I thought was my happy life. When I arrived at my parents' house, the scene was surreal. Liam, Sophie, Mom, and Dad were all there, looking tense. Instead of guilt, I saw pity for her, and confusion directed at me. Sophie was sobbing in my mother's arms. "It just happened, Ava," she whispered. "I didn't mean to. I was lonely, and Liam, he said you were too busy for him." My mother looked at me as if I had caused all of this. "You've been so focused on your career," she said coldly. "Maybe if you had given him more attention, this wouldn't have happened." I stared at them in disbelief. The betrayal itself was devastating, but their reaction, that cut deeper than any affair. My entire family had defended her. My fiancé slept with my sister, got her pregnant, and I was the villain. That night, I packed a bag. I didn't take jewelry, mementos, or gifts, only my laptop, my clothes, and a single photo of Sophie and me from childhood when we were inseparable and the world was simple. They thought I was broken. They thought I would disappear quietly. They were wrong. Because that night, Lying on a friend's couch with a bottle of wine and my laptop open, I started planning what I would do next. I wasn't done. Not by a long shot. Revenge isn't about anger. Not really. It's about precision, timing, control. For weeks, I stayed silent. I didn't call, I didn't text, and I certainly didn't post anything online. I wanted them to think I was shattered, that the betrayal had destroyed me. Meanwhile, I was planning. Every detail, every moment was carefully calculated. I had a digital advantage. I'm a digital marketing strategist, which meant I knew exactly how to make information go viral, how to expose someone's secrets in the most spectacular, unavoidable way. And I had the receipts, screenshots, messages, call logs, photos, anything Liam and Sophie thought they'd hidden from me, I already had. I spent hours reviewing everything, piecing together the timeline, reliving every text and glance, every small sign I had ignored. Every betrayal, every lie, became fuel for what I was about to do. 3 months after discovering the pregnancy, the news that Sophie's baby shower had been scheduled reached me. Of course I wasn't invited. Why would they invite the victim in their eyes? But I knew exactly where it would be, the time it would start, and the people who would be there. I smiled, a calm, quiet smile that I didn't think I'd ever feel again. It was time. I sent them an anonymous package. Inside was a USB drive with a label in carefully printed letters. Ava's wedding gift. When they plugged it into the TV at the baby shower, they thought it was a sweet surprise. It started innocently enough, old photos of Sophie and me as children, smiling, hugging, carefree. I even included a picture of Liam helping me move into my first apartment, memories that were supposed to be mine alone. Then the images changed. Screenshots of Liam and Sophie texting late at night. Photos of them together in private, their arms around each other, smiling like nothing was wrong. A video clip, the one I had captured the night I first realized what they'd been doing, showed their betrayal in stark, undeniable detail. The final slide appeared. Congratulations on the baby. May your lies grow up faster than your child? I wasn't there to witness it, but Lily, my best friend, later told me the chaos that erupted. Sophie fainted and had to be carried away. My mother screamed, sobbing, and Liam tried to defend himself, only to storm out when he realized the truth was out. Within days, my phone exploded with messages. My father begged me to come home and fix things. My mother accused me of destroying the family's reputation. Sophie sent a single trembling text. "How could you humiliate me like that?" I simply replied with the words she had once whispered to me when I was heartbroken over minor mistakes. It just happened. 2 weeks later, Liam left town, desperate to escape the fallout. Sophie moved back in with my parents, who suddenly didn't know whether to be angry, ashamed, or afraid. The family that had turned against me now had no foothold. As for me, I relocated to a new city, started a new job, and built a life I hadn't realized I was capable of having, peaceful, productive, and free from betrayal. But the story wasn't over yet. A year later, I sent Sophie a wedding invitation, hers to my wedding. She opened it and froze. The groom's name was Dr. Nathan Cole, the man she had once dated and called boring, tossing him aside for no real reason. Nathan was anything but boring now, successful, stable, kind, and completely in love with me. Her reaction? Silence. And honestly, that silence, the quiet devastation in her eyes when she realized she had lost everything while I had rebuilt my life, was sweeter than anything I could have imagined. Sometimes, losing everything doesn't break you. It makes you stronger. And reminding those who betrayed you what it truly costs, that's just the bonus. Moral betrayal can hurt like fire, but surviving it and rising stronger is the real victory. And sometimes the best revenge is a life well lived. And that's the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and felt every twist and turn with me. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my future stories. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.